There was a woman I knew last year who I described as a predator. But she really wasn't a predator, but she did seem to have a fairly good instinct about things. I mean, if I were to design a creature, a species of predators, I could use her as a basis for my design. But with that, having conditioned the conversation, so to speak, I need to tell you this. First of all, I'm happy to see that Metro is trying to improve their performance. I noted that today. They're very, very consistent. Very consistent. That's good. It's good to be consistent. Another thing I noticed is that those who are sexual predators, i.e. rapists, child molesters, things like that. Well, they're very good about their sneakiness. We would call it tradecraft. Like if they want to, let's say you're a child molester, you routinely go after children and do what you naturally do, which is evil and which is criminal, which I think should be punishable by death. But they're very good at leaving little telltale signs for each other, like, hey, I got this. Oh, I got this. They all like the same thing. Children. They're evil. They're just fucking evil. So anyway, I was recently walking down a street, Pine Street, at the corner of 4th and Pine. And there I was at the 4th and Pine, and I was looking ahead, and I looked to my left, and behold, I saw a pink sign. Anyway, it said, "This is my queer space, my queer youth space." Youth. Now, that means young. It means human children. Anyway, and across from the, due east of that position, I saw a sign that said 10. 10! Anyway, well, 10 what? What does 10 represent? It represent a very interesting movie called 10, about a woman who was evidently so beautiful that she was rated a 10 on this guy's scale. But it can also represent the age that someone wants in their victim. That is, they want a 10. You know, they want a 10 as in 10 years old? Probably not. That's a little bit too old for these fucks. These evil goddamn motherfuckers. These evil beasts. No. They want something that's perfect. They want something so perfect that they'll pay handsomely. Right. Fucking pedophiles. I don't even call them pedophiles. Baby rapers. That's what they are. Baby rapers. I don't know. So anyway, that's what's happening. Today, what is today? My God, today is July 13, 2013. Right? 7/13/13. Isn't that fascinating? I just love numbers. But anyway, I would predict. Now, if I was a law enforcement officer, I was undercover with the King County Sheriff's Department, major crimes unit, and I'm trying to get a handle on some of this nasty human trafficking. I would basically be looking for someone posted at the corner, like a woman, an innocent homeless woman saying, "I'm homeless, I need help." What she really wants is to help the fucking child molesters get their victims. And then she can get paid in heroin, probably. All these fucking homeless people love horse. They love skag. They love the high. So anyway. So today it's about 9 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. And since it's a pretty day, look how beautiful it is. It's glorious. It's beautiful. Look, sky, blue. And there'll be lots of people downtown. Lots of families from the suburbs. My God, from the bloody suburbs. Anyway, that's a nice truck you got there, look. Anyway, but what happens is, it's not just the families from the suburbs these predators are looking for. They're not looking for children that are chaperoned by families from the suburbs who tend to be pretty watchful about their children. They're looking for, well, I guess you could say immigrants. Immigrants. Looking for immigrants. Looking for somebody needing some money. They could be from the suburbs, but they're probably from the city of Seattle, because most people that live for a prolonged period in the city of Seattle tend to be addicted to something at some point. Maybe it's not heroin, maybe it's crack, horse, skag, ecstasy, methamphetamines. I don't know. They're addicted to something. In fact, I postulated the following proposition. That if you live in Seattle long enough, like more than 6 months, you're probably addicted to heroin. By definition, living in Seattle makes you a heroin addict. But anyway, so what I'm saying is, it's probably going to be somebody who's lived or living in Seattle, has children, and really needs a fix. So they'll sell their children, of course. They'll want to buy them back because they can need them again. After all, that's what heroin addicts do. They get high, then they go down, and then they get high again. They always need that fix. So that's what I would say. It'll probably be somebody, maybe they could be looking like a middle-class person. I don't know. They could be Asian. They could be Hispanic. They could be black. They could be looking very middle class. They could be white. But they're looking to sell their children to these goddamn child molesters, these baby rapers. So anyway, this is why this world, I swear, this world is going down to hell. Straight to hell. Right down to hell. I honestly, it's going to hit the pit. It's going to bottom out, and it ain't going to bounce. It's going to just sit there like a fucking piece of shit. I mean, that's my opinion. Who the fuck are you? I'm the fucking devil. That's why. Anyway, that's this Operations Officer Windfall. You know I don't like doing police work, don't you? I told John that. I told David before that. I tell everybody, I don't like doing police work. And they say, you do your fucking job. I say, okay, thank you, sir. I salute. Yes, sir. So anyway, yeah, I want to protect children. I love children. Children are the most astounding, amazing thing this universe has. Without children, this universe would fall into, well, where it might go. The pit. Speaking of the pit, in Revelation 9:11, it refers to a king who's the king of these things that come out of the bottomless pit. Anyway, this king is named either Abaddon or Apollyon, depending on the language. And ever since I found that out, I get really irritated when I get close to 9/11, AM or PM. So that's just me, though. So it must be close to 9/11 because I'm really fucking pissed off. That's just all I can say. Hurts me to know that I'm connected to these goddamn motherfucking demon monkeys. Nephilim. Well, they're Nephilim. They're entities. They were created, well, in the continuum, basically, where I'm from. Anyway, John convinced a lot of my children He was my first child. It was a complete wreck, disaster. But he convinced his siblings that it would be good to let everything go to hell, to disappear. So he's looking for oblivion. He's looking for nothing. It's ironically exactly what he's got so far. But he's looking to destroy the universe by making chaos. Anyway, he wants God to reverse God's path. That's what John's plan is. So anyway, and that of course is what the demon monkeys want. I didn't know. I say the monkey because this is the human side. The demon's inside the human. D-O-B. Demon on board. What's your D-O-B? The name of the demon that inhabits you. Anyway, I used to ask about that, but I got tired of it. Once I asked all of them to report their names to me, but it got to be such a fucking problem that I said, fuck it, forget it, just stop doing that shit. So they stopped. It's one of those rules they had to follow. If I tell them to report their name, they have to report their name. That's one of the ironclad rules. I used to work for the National Security Agency as an analyst once. One lifetime. I know it was alright. I like the fact that in my training days, this guy said, if we knew God's frequency, we would listen to God too. Well, isn't that astounding? Anyway, I gotta go. I'll go see a man about a horse. Seriously, I am.